time domain representation of linear time invariant systems. Now, what is a linear system? What is a time invariant system? A linear system is a one which obeys the principle of superposition. That is, the every linear combination of input generates the linear combination of outputs. Then we say that it is obeying the principle of superposition. What is time invariant system? A system which is not dependent on the time variable is called as time invariant. Now, in case of this, the every shifted input generates the shifted output. This is what we have studied in the module first. Now, for every such linear time invariant system can be expressed in terms of convolution. If the system is a discrete in nature, then it is represented by convolution sum expression, and if a system is continuous, then it is represented by convolution integral. So, in this session we shall concentrate on the discrete time linear time invariant systems by means of convolution sum. So, today we are going to concentrate on a derivation of convolution sum expression and then the procedure to evaluate this convolution sum, steps that is to be followed to evaluate the convolution sum. We have already observed in the module first that every signal x of n can also be expressed in terms of a impulse function. Now note that a product x of n into delta of n can also be expressed as x0 into delta of n. Now what does this mean? X0 into delta of n. Here x0 represents the amplitude of xn which exists at n is equal to 0. So, this graphically can be expressed as x0 into delta of n. Now, if in place of xn into delta of n, if I take xn into delta of n plus 1, then that product may also be expressed as x of minus 1 into delta of n plus 1, and this is its graphical representation. In a similar way, for n is equal to 1, it is x1 into delta of n minus 1. In general, for the product x of n into delta of n minus k, we shall write it as xk into delta of n minus k. Now, if I add all such products where k is varying from various values, then this represent, that is superposition of all these shifted products of shifted impulses at every instant of k, which may varying from minus infinity to plus infinity, denote the entire signal x of n. Using all such product terms at every specific value of k, x of n shall be expressed by a sum equation as x of n is equal to, starting from minus infinity onwards, the signal may exist from minus infinity up to plus infinity. So, we shall write it in terms of that as, I am taking here only 2 to 3 terms out of the infinite duration sum. So, for example, n varying from minus 2 to 1 I have taken here in this expression. So, x of minus 2 into delta of n plus 2 plus x of minus 1 into delta of n plus 1 plus x0 into delta of n plus x1 into delta of n minus 1, all such products we add together. In general, for k, every instant k, this product can be written as xk into delta of n minus k. So, this entire sum can be expressed by an infinite duration summation expression as x of n is equal to summation k varying from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k into delta of n minus k. So, every signal x of n can be expressed in this way in terms of a shifted impulse function. So, this is for discrete time. So, if it would have been a continuous time, this summation would have been changed to integration, and x in that way, in that case, x of t may be equal to integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x of tau into delta of n minus tau into d tau in the same way. So, that we shall continue that integral expression in the next session. Okay. So, in this session we are concentrating on this discrete time system. So, this is x of n, where we have expressed this x of n in terms of shifted impulse signal. Now, let us assume the operator h, which denotes the system operator, which operate on the input x of n and generates the output y of t, mathematically can be written as y of n is equal to operator h applied on x of n. What is x of n? X of n is this. What is x n? It is summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into delta of n minus k. Now, what is the response of the system? Do you know what is the response of the system is? What it is called as? Output yn to applied input x of n is called as the response of the system. So, output yn to any applied input xn is termed as the response of the system. So, simply if the response of the system is said, then it is nothing but the output of the system, that is yn due to the input x of n. Impulse response, that is denoted by hn, therefore is the output due to impulse input. Response is output due to input xn. Impulse response is output due to impulse input. Impulse response is represented by hn. Step response Sn is the output due to step input Un. Step response is denoted by S of n. Response is the output of the system. Impulse response is the output due to impulse input. Step response is the output due to step input. This is what the response is. Now, we are concentrating on the response yn due to the input x of n, which is operated by the operator h. Now, where xn is summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into delta of n minus k. Now, if we are saying that the system is linear time invariant system, then linear system obeys the principle of superposition. So, this operator h we can operate on this every product term also. So, we can rewrite this expression as yn is equal to summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity operator h on this product term, that is xk into delta of n minus k. Now, if you observe this expression keenly, what is your observation? Now, since the time index of the system is n and xk is a constant with respect to the operator h, because xk is a amplitude of xn at the instant k, and operator h we are operating on a signal which is a variable in n. So, we operate this h on delta of n minus k and not xk. So, the expression becomes yn is equal to summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into h delta of n minus k, where h is the operator that we are operating on this delta of n minus k. So, h, if it is an operator and if you operate it on delta of n, then output nothing but the response is the impulse response. So, since it is a linear time invariant system, the shifted input should generate the shifted output. So, h of delta of n minus k should be equal to h of n minus k. So, h delta n is hn, and therefore, h delta of n minus k should be equal to h of n minus k, because it is a time invariant system. That is, the shifted impulse generate the shifted impulse response. So, then this expression yn becomes, we have to replace this h of delta n minus k with h of n minus k. So this expression becomes summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into h of n minus k, where this entire sum expression is called as a convolution sum expression. So this convolution sum expression is expressed in this way. Now if you observe here, yn, the output or the response of the system, is equal to summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into h of n minus k, which involves the addition of this product x of k into h of n minus k. So all such infinite duration products are added together to generate the output at instant n. Now output at instant n, that is called as a convolution sum expression, mathematically is given by this summation expression and symbolically can be expressed in this way as x of n convolved with h of n. This operator is called as a convolution operator. So xn convolved with h of n, to say we use this operator. So this operator says that we are convolving xn with hn, and to perform this operation we are going to use this summation expression. Summation k varying from minus infinity to plus infinity xk into h of n minus k. Now from that equation you can observe that if you substitute n is equal to 0 in the expression, you will be obtaining yn at n is equal to 0. Then the expression becomes y0 is equal to summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k into h of minus k, because here n we are substituting equal to 0. Now to obtain y at single instant at 0, what is required? We should have xk, we should have h of minus k, we should multiply these two together and add all the samples of this product xk into h of minus k. Now what is this xk and what is this h of minus k is? Can you guess what is xk and what is h of minus k? xk is a signal xn which is caged with in terms of the variable k, and h of minus k is the reflected impulse response, that is h of n, which is reflected and obtained h of minus n, and the variable is changed to k. So that is, you take a impulse response, you reflect it and then multiply with the input signal and obtain the product signal xk and h of minus k. So you multiply and then add all the samples of this product signal to get y at n is equal to 0. So if you have xn, you have hn. So sketch xn with respect to k, sketch xn with respect to k, then reflect hn about the origin and obtain h of minus n and replace the variable with k, and then multiply the two xk and h of minus k and add all the samples of the product signal to obtain a single value of y at n is equal to 0. Now to obtain the overall output y of n, we need to find all the possibilities of n for which y of n has finite value and obtain the product signal and this addition for all such values of n. So for every value of n, we have to shift the impulse response, multiply with the input signal, add the samples of the product signals together. So we have to reflect, we have to shift the impulse response, multiply with the input and add all this. So reflect, shift and add. This is what we have to do while evaluating the convolution sum expression, and we have to repeat this for all possible values of n for which y of n may have finite values. Now for instance, say that n is equal to minus 1, then we need x of k into h of minus 1 minus k. This product we need to obtain. Now, how do you obtain this h of minus 1 minus k? So, for that to obtain h of minus 1 minus k, you have h of minus k which is obtained. Then you have to shift left the h of minus k, not the h of k here. H of minus k you have to shift left by one amount and obtain h of minus 1 minus k. For n is equal to 1, in a similar way, to obtain h of 1 minus k, you have to shift the h of minus k towards the right side by an amount of 1 and obtain h of 1 minus k and obtain the product signal. Likewise, for all you have to identify all such values of n for which output y of n exists, and we have to obtain the product. Now, for every individual value of n to obtain the product is a very tedious task, and it may not be feasible if the signal is infinite duration. So, in that case, we need to identify the regions and we have to obtain this product region wise. So, this we shall see it when we will be evaluating the convolution sum expression by taking few examples. In general here, now to obtain h of n minus k, if n is positive, we have to shift right the signal h of minus k by an amount of n to the right side. And for negative value of n, that is when n is negative, at that time we have to shift left h of minus k by the same amount of n. This is how we have to obtain h of n minus k. Once you obtain the shifted impulse response, you have to multiply it with the input and obtain the product signal, and then add all the samples of the product signal to obtain output at every instant of n. Now, to begin with, we have to always start with the leftmost value of n and end with the rightmost value. Now, how to identify this leftmost largest value of n on the negative axis of n? Now, to obtain this, you have to find the largest value of yn by the adding the left end of xn and the left end of hn. You have to obtain the left end of yn. Left end of yn is nothing but the largest left value of yn from which you are supposed to start. And the right end of yn is equal to the right end of xn plus the right end of hn. For every value of n, we need to obtain the product sequence xk into h of n minus k and add all samples of the product sequence. This is what we need to do while doing the convolution sum expression, evaluating the convolution sum expression. So, thank you very much students for your patience hearing.